This content is not suitable for persons under 13 years of age. Hello my total legends, I'm back again, last over the line as usual. Today we're taking a look at the big Firebird toy EX-01 Nicee. Their kind of masterpiece-ish scaled, super sexualized RC. Now, a few people on Twitter got their noses all out of joint because of this. Even the Quartering did a short rant about it.
Okay.
But I think overall, apart from a few men in some of the Transformer groups, the reception to this has been either really good or indifferent. Yeah, we'll agree that some aspects of this are probably quite cringe, but cringe is subjective. I mean, fair enough, it might not rub you the right way, but it rubs a lot of people the right way. So, you know, sit down. Let people enjoy things.
No.
Now, before I get too carried away with this, I will just mention to you guys that I bought this sleek, sexy import from showsdstore.com. Their second batch has just come in now, so I'd recommend you jump on it before it sells out. The first lot pre-sold out quite quickly. So if you're interested in this, go over there, take a look, make sure you jump on it straight away. And I will just give you one piece of advice. Just fling a few extra coins at it and get it express. Alright, let's ditch this box. Now, height-wise, she's 19 centimeters tall. And we'll just do some quick size comparisons with Fans Toys Rogue, Rouge, whichever, and Oculamax Azalea. Like most of you, I feel like the Fans Toys Rouge has just smashed it out of the park. Could they have done a better job? Sure. But still, it's the best offering we've got, in my opinion. The Oculamax Azalea, it does a serviceable job. Looks pretty good, but it doesn't really hold a candle to it. And then when it comes to the EX-01 Nicee, it just doesn't really fit. I mean, it's a good looking figure, it's well made, it's well constructed. It's not going to fit in your masterpiece collection. And unless you knew what you were looking at, you probably wouldn't even know that it was meant to be RC. And on that note, it's a real shame that they didn't include the original rendered RC head. I think that sort of killed this for a lot of people. Without that head, it's pretty much just her color scheme in bot mode. That doesn't really have anything to do with RC at all, which is a bit of a shame. Having a quick look around social media, I can see there are a lot of fans doing a lot of interesting things with this bot. Straight out of the box, she's highly customizable. Even though there is a right way of transforming the backpack and all of those sorts of things, people are doing it their own way with some really cool results. They're even doing some things like adding Gundam armor and other things to her, which make her look just fantastic. And all these parts look like they belong. Now, I think I found most of these images on the We Are Volcanos and Franco Rourke Twitter accounts, so head over there and take a look if you're interested. I'm still undecided if this aesthetic is for me, but what I'm sure about is just the final production quality of this is fantastic. I'd really like to know who Big Firebird Toys was previously, because to put out something like this as a first release, they're clearly already established. Everything from the immaculate two-tone pearl paint down to the thickness of the plastic, the strength of the joints as well, the shoulders, the elbows, the hips even, and those die-cast knees, they're all nice and stiff. They all hold really, really well. I'm thoroughly impressed by that. What I'm also really impressed by is just the engineered balance behind this. Half of her car mode turns into her backpack, which sounds pretty bad, but you can customize that backpack to have more of a sort of winged Gundam look, more of a jetpack style thing. But the point I'm trying to get to is all of this comes down to her adjustable high heels. Now, we all know RC has small feet, and it can be problematic getting her to pose, prone to falling over. But even on my base here, which has lots of gaps, lots of detail and those sorts of things, she's still really, really well balanced. Even with all that weight on her back and plenty of different poses, I'm really impressed by that, especially for a first release product under this name. Alright guys, that's enough of that. Let's come down here a little bit and take an in-depth look at all of the accessories. Or should I say the boobies. Rubber squishy boobies to be exact. I don't really understand the purpose behind these. Like, they're slightly better than those god-awful Fans Toys add-ons that popped up for Rouge a little while ago. Those are embarrassing. But yeah, I'm not really sure what they expect to happen when we touch them. Now, to install these round, soft, voluptuous, perfectly symmetrical breasts. Are you feeling uncomfortable yet? we're going to start the transformation process by untabbing all this backpack. Now, the first time I did this, it was super tight, just like in here and that. So we're just going to try and lift up because these shoulders need to come out. So we're going to lift up, get these fucking, there we go. So that's out like that. Now we need to pull these tits out and chuck the new tits in. Get in there, booby. And put the shoulders back in up top. Slot all this back in. And there you go, you filthy perverts. Soft titties.
Insignificant human, subscribe to this channel immediately.
Now, amongst the other accessories, we do have a replacement head. Some say it's a cat face, or it could be a Ahigao face. It's done pretty well, except for this forehead bit where you see some of the pink coming in from underneath the white. I don't think the green clear eyes was a good idea. And it is clear, you can see underneath there that it's clear plastic. It doesn't look very good. They should have painted the metallic green or metallic turquoise. I think that would have been better. The pearl looks great. The pink looks great. Some little details there. All the details in the white plastic are very sharp, but because of the colour of the pearl, the detail is sort of lost unless you light it properly. Now it's just a push-in peg for the head, so we're just going to pull this one off and plug this one in on top. Done. So out of the box, she comes with a pair of, are these anime hands attached? A pair of highly detailed fists, which you can then grab this reflective pink back of the car segment, the bit of parts forming, reverse this spike on the back. Then using the tab on the inside, you can tab it into the side of her elbow, which I think looks pretty badass. That is awesome. She also comes with a thumbs up hand, or as I like to call it, the get a load of this loser hand. The thumbs up hand is more so intended to hold this awesomely detailed sword. It just slots in here just next to the thumb, and she holds it pretty damn tight. It is pretty big, and it looks awesome. It is a really good look. The set also includes two come here hands, but really they're for her Nerf gun. To get her to hold the Nerf gun, we're just going to remove the entire bottom pink section. It just untabs in two places, the handle and the central bit. Slide the handle in and then just reattach the bottom. She also includes a single relaxed hand. Now this can be used for putting on her hips or whatever. It looks much better stabilizing her gun. Now she does come with two trigger hands, and they're needed for the bow and arrow gimmick. So if you grab the front of the car, attach this little grey handle that comes with it, just click it in, and then put it in sideways into one of the trigger hands. Don't put it in top ways, because it will crush the trigger finger and warp it permanently. Grab this awesome clear arrow that has some really sharp details on it, and just put the very tip of it underneath the trigger finger on the opposite hand. Mine has warped this finger a little bit. I set this up and I left it overnight, and now the finger is just bent. So it's a cool gimmick. It looks awesome. It's great. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Alright, so there's one last gimmick, and that is putting these fenders on her hips. So they're just ball sockets, so we're just going to pull them out of this front bit without flexing them too much. And then you want the wheels facing down, so we're just going to tab them in at the back here. And like that, they go in quite easily. And there you go, she has like a skirt flap sort of thing. And that's what it looks like from behind. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get on to the transformation and check out whether she pulls off vehicle mode or not. Alright, so there's vehicle mode. It's a little bit fiddly getting to this point, but it's not as difficult as some people have made it out to be. I did find the tab here and here can be quite tight. It needed a fair bit of like forcing. Or not forcing, just like convincing. Once it's in though, it's a very, very solid tab. It's all holding together really, really well. While I was putting all this together, these tabs kept popping out as I was fiddling around with these hips. But now that it's all lined up and in place, it's not coming out. Like it is in there, even though it doesn't look like it's held in very well. Aesthetically, that looks fantastic. This is a really, really awesome stylized RC. I think it looks great. The problem I'm having is that even though I've got everything lined up, I would say perfectly, even the back is all lined up really well. This all tabbed in perfect. It's all held in really tight. The wheels still aren't completely flush. It might just be because of these fingers sticking out the bottom, like right by the wheel. See that? My surface is a bit too bumpy. It is rolling, but I can feel that it's like catching on. I think it's the fingers. Details wise, this is awesome. The clear translucent headlights with some of the detail underneath. That pink reflectiveness just comes through perfectly. The pearl color, it looks fantastic. The very sleek details of all the white vents and just the details inside there with the steering wheel and the stereo and the buttons and all that and the seats. It looks really, really good. This one, I do like it. And that back, that's turned out really well. One thing I did want to stress during the transformation is to get these legs to go in where they're meant to, you really have to line this little die-cast notch up with this grey indicator line here. Same there. You would have seen when I was twisting it, I got this detail of the thigh and lined it up with that and then bent the hinge. That's the best way that I've found it anyway. But yeah, I don't think there's much more to say about it. It's a car. It kind of rolls. I think they could have done something a little bit more with these hands. Maybe I'll just even take them off. It's easy enough just to take them off. And then, oh, look at that. Perfect without the hands attached. So final thoughts wise, is it worth it and should you buy it? I'm going to say if you have a place for this on your shelf, then you should 100% get it. The paint job on this is fantastic. I absolutely love it. The shiny pearl, the green clear plastics, it all looks fantastic. It's got way more die-cast than you would have expected. Dual die-cast piston knees, die-cast hips, and die-cast shoulders. Comes with an absolute ton of accessories. Some you'll need, some you won't. The figure is highly customizable. You can make it look and pose exactly how you want it. The engineering in vehicle mode leaves a little bit to be desired. Some of the articulation, especially in the shoulders, was slightly limited. I've seen someone on Twitter manage to reverse the shoulder pads and got a lot more range out of that. I haven't been game enough to do that yet, but you are welcome to try. Price is pretty reasonable at about $100 US. I feel like that's what this is worth. Probably wouldn't pay more than that. So it's not for everybody. Some people will be completely turned off by this. Some people turned on by it a little too much. But overall, it's a good figure at a good price. For a first release from Big Firebird Toys, I'm blown away at the quality. But anyway, so if this has been helpful, please make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Remember to check out my Facebook for daily news and updates on KO and third-party stuff. Don't forget the website, botsandbits.net. You'll also notice soon that I'll have channel memberships up and running. You receive badges, emojis, behind-the-scenes stuff, members-only posts, etc., etc. So keep an eye out for that. And as always, guys, thank you very much for your time, and thanks for watching.